Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be talking about sorority recruitment and all my tips and tricks that I have for y'all. Let's get started. Alright, I'm going to start off with my pre-recruitment tips. I only have two, so it's going to be really short. My first tip is to do your research. Now, I'm not saying to go and stalk, all the sororities accounts and look and see which one you think you're going to like best based off of their Instagram. Go online, look at their national website, and see kind of what they're about, their symbol, their colors, simple things like that. That'll just help you know more about each sorority at your school. And then also look at maybe like their philanthropy and what it is, and then if you want to go further into it, you can always look to see what that specific chapter at your school does for that philanthropy and some events that they may have throughout the year. Recruitment is basically like an interview, so being able to go in and actually have a detailed conversation about that sorority and some things going on in their sorority and things that they do will help you a lot. It'll eliminate a lot of that awkward conversation stuff and just that sitting there like, I don't know what to say. So if you want to avoid all that, definitely do your research so that you have some knowledge about each sorority. My second tip kind of goes off of doing your research, and it's to create questions and think of talking points. I know before I went into recruitment, I definitely looked up the sororities and looked up some things that I could talk about. I went through recruitment at the University of Arkansas, and actually on our orientation day, they gave us these little notebooks. When I first got that notebook, I wrote down every sorority's name on a piece on each page, basically. And then from that, I wrote down some questions on there, just so I would have something to talk about for each house. It definitely helped me in philanthropy round because I was able to ask more questions about the sorority's philanthropy and what they do, and be able to create a deeper conversation than just like, oh, that's cool, that's your philanthropy, yeah. And then you just sit there for the rest of the time. So definitely helped me. Also, I thought of talking points. It can be so generic that you can ask for each sorority, just, do you have a little? Because some girls, you may talk to our sophomores and may not have a little yet, and some girls may talk to our seniors and they do. Just kind of different talking points so that you're able to create good conversation. You don't want to be remembered by the girl who just sat there in awkward silence. You want to be remembered as the girl who they had a really good, conversation with. It'll definitely help you, I think, figure out if this sorority is better for you, it'll help you figure out if that sorority is right for you. So definitely think of some talking points, write them down beforehand. So that's kind of the end of my pre-recruitment things. There's not too many things. At Arkansas, we were given t-shirts every single day except for prep, and I know plenty of people ask, what do I wear during recruitment? So I'm not the person to help you. I'm sure there's a million videos on YouTube about that though. Alright, so recruitment is obviously really long, really stressful, really emotionally and physically draining. So there's a lot of tips that are gonna go into this recruitment category. To start off, I'm gonna talk about pretty much my biggest tip that I can give out, and that is to not talk trash about other sororities. So I know whenever I was going through recruitment, our Gamma Chi's, or whatever you may call it, the girls who would have disaffiliated with their sororities to be able to guide you through the week to help you find your home. They all said, don't talk about it, don't talk about it, don't talk about other sororities. Basically, don't talk about recruitment, which obviously was really hard for all of us because you're meeting a lot of new people, and what's the one thing that you have in common that you all want to talk about? Recruitment. Obviously, the biggest thing that they didn't want us to do is to talk trash about other sororities, which I completely agree with. Now, obviously, you're not gonna like every sorority that you go to, and the point of recruitment is to be able to find the sorority that best fits you. So it's obviously natural to not like every sorority. Keep in mind that there are some girls who they love that sorority that you might be bashing, and their mom could have been in that sorority, or their sister or someone, and there's a reason why they love it so much and want to be in it. And everyone has a million things going through their head that week, so just be mindful of other people and everyone around you, because you don't want to have someone second guess what sorority they want to join because you didn't like them, basically. So just definitely don't talk trash about other sororities. So my next tip kind of goes off of the don't talk trash and just kind of being respectful, and it's to basically be respectful of each sorority. Whenever I went through recruitment, I heard stories that girls literally were not showing up to parties because they didn't want that sorority and they didn't like that sorority, which I was kind of blown away by that, because you have to remember that Each sorority has put in hours and hours and honestly months of work into recruitment to try and make it the best for each girl that walks through there, so that you're able to have fun and be able to find your home, and they're able to find girls to invite into their sorority. Be respectful of those girls and all the hard work that they've put into it, because at the end of the day, even if you're a legacy or you know every single girl in the house, that does not mean that they have to invite you back for the next round. Be respectful of all the girls and all the hard work that they put in, and the fact that they invited you back to their house, because it's a privilege to be asked back. It's not a right. No one says, oh, they have to be asked back. That's not true. Be respectful of each sorority, whether it's your top or, you know, your least favorite. So my next tip for during recruitment is to always smile and thank them. I know whenever I went into houses, I obviously always looked happy. Like, you want to look happy to be there. Show your personality, be excited, be happy. I know it's exhausting, but you have to remember those girls who you're talking to are just as tired, if not more tired than you are, honestly. Like, it's a lot of hard work for them too. And then I always thank the girls. Whenever I would enter the house, I was always like, thank you for having me back. You know, I'm so excited to be back here. When I was leaving, I reiterated that, and I was like, thank you so much for having me. I'm so happy that I got the chance to talk to you and that you had me back. And just basically I thank them. Some people talk about, oh, that's the bottom house, or oh, this is the top house. And like, you'd be surprised at how many good conversations I had in the bad houses. Like, there's no such thing as a bad house in my opinion. Like, it's just your preference of which house that you want. So just remember that and just thank them and be like, thank you so much for inviting me back. You know, I'm so happy to be here. Let them know that you appreciate them and like all the hard work that they're doing too. Alright, my next tip for during recruitment is to use a notebook to write down notes. Again, at Arkansas, they gave us a notebook during orientation. Obviously that's not the same at every single school, so they may not give you one, but definitely bring one. Make pages for each house that you go into. So that's what I did too. I wrote down each house and I wrote down the names of the girls and how I felt as soon as I walked out of the house. Try your best to take the time, because I know it helped me so much, because at the end of the night when you're cutting and you're picking, you know, which houses you want to keep and which you know, don't, and you're having to rank the ones that you like want to cut, my notes helped me the best, because I was able to remember like exactly what I talked about, how I felt after leaving. I'd always go back in my notebook and I'd read over and I'd be like, okay, like this is what I say, you know, I said, you know, I liked this one, and but then the next one it said, loved it, loved the girl that I talked to. So it just makes it a lot easier and can kind of clear your mind when you're trying to decide. So my last tip for recruitment is to breathe and relax and to just soak it in while it lasts. I made some of like the best memories during recruitment, honestly. Like, it's so much fun. So try not to stress so much and try to just like decompress when you're not at parties and stuff, and just relax, make friends. You never know who you'll meet during recruitment. You're gonna meet a lot of people and they're all really excited to be there. Obviously you're all really excited to be there and you're all going through recruitment. So it's really exciting, and you never know, like you can meet a girl during recruitment and she could become your sorority sister. Definitely keep that in mind and just take that time when you're on parties to just relax and soak it all in, because you only do it once, so enjoy it while it lasts, for sure. Enjoy it while it lasts. So that completes my recruitment video and my tips and all of that. I hope this helped you in any way. I know there's a million YouTube videos out there, so I tried to make this one a little bit different. Also, before I forget, this necklace that I'm wearing is so cute in my opinion. Give y'all a little look. So if you want it, I actually have a code where you can get 15% off. So it's from Jewels by Victoria. I found them on Instagram. I will give the link in the description for this necklace specifically and their website, but if you put in the code KINS15, then you will get 15% off of your order. So that's pretty awesome. So be sure to check them out. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up and stick around by subscribing. I would love to have you. And if you are going through recruitment this year, good luck. I am so excited for you. It's going to be the best week of your life, and forever on with your college experience and forever. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.